welcome everyone to the only time where you get to see paper previews twice in a weekend. That is WrestleMania weekend. Once again, am Chris Perish, and over to my left is Ol'Ed. Ed, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Excited for night two predictions. Is this, in my mind, is probably going to be the better night.
Yeah, and oh my God, like what a night one, by the way. Like what a show. We won't say anything
Because we
because
haven't seen it yet.
well, that's right. I mean, this is also pre-recorded, just like the first one was. So we tried to play it off, but that is what it is. Before we get to the matches, this first thing, what is the one thing that you are most forward looking to see in night two? That was a terrible way of saying it, but what are you
I mean,
most
Cody versus
excited to
Cody
see?
versus Cody versus Roman. Like, we can say we're looking forward to this. We can say we're looking forward to that. But let's find out. Are we getting to 1,000 days, or does Cody Rhodes finish the story?
I'm gonna go kind of just another one, just to get more people a little bit excited. I'm very curious to see the WrestleMania debut of Gunther.
Yeah.
Let's just say that, like the very first time we'll see Gunther at WrestleMania. Just such an amazing thing. I mean, what a run he's been on. But yeah, I say let's get right to it. And that is with Gunther. That is with Drew McIntyre. That is with Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship, a title that I think has absolutely risen in prosperity, in prominence, in importance. And that's all because of the current champion, Gunther, right now. Man, this match is just going to be brutal. It's going to be just three guys
It's
beating
going
the
to
crap
hurt like hell.
out of each other. Yeah. Um, I know the heart favorite is probably Sheamus, but I'm going to go with the betting on favorite. I'm going on with Gunther retaining this title, and I think he beats Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. I want to pick Gunther. I want to see Gunther break the Honky Tonk Man's record. I want to see him and Triple H continue to work together on revitalizing the history of the Intercontinental Championship. But come on, man. How great would it be on the grandest stage of them all to have Sheamus complete the collection, the Infinity Gauntlet of WWE accolades, to have everything: Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, every championship known to man. The only one he hasn't had his hands on that he could have his hands on is right here, the Intercontinental title. And I think night two of WrestleMania, in the opening match, I think Sheamus does that.
I won't hate it. I won't hate it. That is what it's why I'd have Gunther beat McIntyre, because I do believe the one thing Sheamus does deserve is his own story. And I would love to see that happen in the O2 Arena at Money in the Bank when WWE goes to the United Kingdom. Um, but yeah, man, I think as long as Drew McIntyre doesn't come out Intercontinental Champion, I think we're good,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Nothing against
Like, no,
Drew,
no
but
offense to yeah, that's
yeah,
exactly that's exactly what I was gonna say. No offense to Drew, but this is the one where you lay down, buddy. This is the one where
yeah.
you take a pin.
But with a night where we expect one reign to end, it might be nice to have one continue. So far, I think this could be the only title that's being defended that might not change hands.
Maybe.
And that'd be kind of cool, knowing the Intercontinental title was that title. And yeah, the next match I have Brock Lesnar versus Omos. I had to put these guys up because, well, it's Brock Lesnar. He's either the main event or he's on first or second, right?
As Paul Heyman once said, if we're not on last, we ain't sticking around. We're coming out 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Um, God, nobody gives two rats ass about this match, do they? The Homo sapiens care about this match?
Exactly. You can't forget about the Homo sapiens. But how can you not want to see if this is a match where Omos actually takes his performance to that extra level or that second level? This could be a coming out party for Omos, but at the same time, I kind of want to see Brock Lesnar throw Omos around. That would be impressive.
You know,
I do have an idea of how this match might end,
oh,
though.
and how's that?
I have a feeling we may see a certain Battle Royal winner pop his head in and cost Omos this match. Rejoin up with MVP.
It's possible.
Actually, sorry, I messed that up.
But
He's not going to cost Omos. He's going to cost Brock Lesnar the match. Reunite
that works
himself
better.
with MVP. That way we can get that true finale match between Brock and Bobby Lashley. And then Bobby Lashley reforms that Hurt Business with Omos, with Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Um, yeah, I don't know. I
I
really hope Omos has a great showing, though. I really do.
I know our friend WrestleMania is live at WrestleMania this year. He's in LA. Um, we've both spoken to him before as part of our past home. He does some great supercard content. I'm a big fan of his. I know he's a big Homo sapien. He loves him as well, Omos. I just want this to be one of those old Brock Lesnar match. You know how Brock's gotten out of that habit where it's not 2.5 minutes of Brock just doing F5s and calling it a day? I want one of those again. I want 2 minutes of Brock just F5ing Omos and just pinning him and getting us out of this. I don't think there's a second gear for Omos. I think he is a tremendously potentialed individual, but I don't think he's ever going to get to that next level. And honestly, I just wish this was Bobby Lashley. At the end of the day, I think this is a stupid idea that the old man came up with, and Triple H had to give him something. And he said, fine, you can have Omos versus Lesnar as long as you don't mess with the rest of my Mania card.
Well, you know why this match did happen, and that's that rumor going around that Brock Lesnar nixed the idea of working with Bray at WrestleMania this year. Um, and yeah, I think by that time there's probably already stuff penciled in for WrestleMania, and Omos was there. um, but I mean, if there's one person that could help Omos get to that next level, let's not kid ourselves. Brock Lesnar is just immensely underrated with how good he is in that ring and how good he can make his opponent. Um, so I have a very wide what's the right word? A very wide allowance for this match. It's not the match I'm looking the most forward to, but I definitely will give this match an opportunity to gauge my interest. I have no expectations, so maybe because of that, I might be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, it can only be better than I expect. Because I expect so little of this match, it can only be better.
Yeah. Betting odds though, Brock Lesnar is the favorite, so that could be a thing. So
Yeah.
maybe Brock Lesnar does pick up the win, and that could set up a future thing with the Hurt Business. Who knows? But yeah. So
Moving
I
on.
think that pretty much does it for Brock and Omos. I think we probably spent more time talking about the match than how long the match actually will be.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so too.
so next up, we got or I put up the 4-way women's tag match. I think This match will probably go on early in the card. There is only 6 matches on this card that we know of. As of this recording, only 6 matches. But this one has Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan going up against the team of Natalia and Shotzi going up against the team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler going up against a team of Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. If it's not the obvious Shayna and Ronda, I'm giving it to Sonya. Or if it's not the obvious Ronda and Shayna, I'm giving it to Sonya and Chelsea. But I think it's so obvious that it's Ronda and Shayna. Yeah.
Yeah, I have very little. I have such high opinions of 6 of the 8 people in this match. I think of the world of 6 of the 8 people in this match. Um, it's just, I really do. I really do. There are
Yeah,
two.
I'm not even gonna ask you
Nope,
about the
nope.
two.
I'm not
Let's
gonna tell.
focus in on that
I wouldn't
6.
even. But there are people here who deserve a moment. Liv Morgan deserves a moment. That woman has put in so much work. She has come so far from the girl who entered NXT to where she is now. She has earned everything that she has gotten. And I would love for her to have a WrestleMania moment on top in this match. I don't think it happens. Natalia,
Yeah.
that woman, you need not speak of the wonderful greatness that is Natalia Neidhart. Is she the most entertaining wrestler in the world? No, we'll be honest. She's not. But she is such a poised and respectable figure that I would love for her to have a WrestleMania moment. But I don't think her in as I think that the team name is called the Blackhearts. I don't think that they're getting it. And that leaves you, like you said, with Chelsea Green, who is looking for the manager every time she's on screen, and Sonya Deville, who again has deserved something good. After all the hell that she's been through, she deserves something good in this life too. But I think when it comes down to it, it's got to be Ronda and Shayna. There's no other option than to have Ronda and Shayna win, to challenge and defeat Becky Lynch and Lita at the quickest opportunity, most likely Monday on Raw, for the tag team titles.
Yeah. I am going to say the dark horse in this match could be Raquel and Liv, as what you said about Liv, and before we saw Charlotte return to SmackDown, the rumors were Raquel being pushed to WrestleMania in that role. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is something there for her this year. Maybe she gets that win. Um, but I don't know. There's something about. I really wish that we saw Chelsea and Carmella. There's something about that pairing I think that just works. Um, I understand Sonya. There's no bad reason to have Sonya on. I think she just needs to find that right fitting
Mm-hmm.
for her. Don't think she's found it yet. But yeah, unfortunately, I think it's just too obvious. They need to beef up that women's tag team division, and really the only actual tag team here is Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
And uh, yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of how it is. It's not the ideal spot we'd want most of these women in at WrestleMania, but at the very least it's a spot. At least it's a spot.
Yeah, they're not going to get their match canceled. The match is going to happen. These women are going to put on probably a good match too. With the amount of talent in this ring, there's no reason why this match can't be a good match.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. And gonna just kind of throw this out there because 3 matches in, we are at the halfway point, which is pretty funny. We did not go through night 1 this quickly.
No, we did not.
However, We're also not recording it at a stupid late hour in the night. But I'm just going to throw out this one right here, rogueenergy.com. You know, you need your energy to get through nights like this. Make sure you go to rogueenergy.com. Use the promo code OLEPOD to save 10% off your order. And if by chance you need a little bit of a refresh on what they have in the inventory department, well, let me just play a little video to help rekindle that memory of yours. So again, that's rogueenergy.com. Use the promo code OLEPOD. Save 10% off your order. I know you have your favorite, Ed. What is that one once again?
Watermelon. I love me some watermelon. So good.
And I'll just stay classic with the Rocket Pop. It's one of their best sellers. You won't regret it. And we won't regret watching this match. A match that has been, man, it's hard to think that just a year ago Edge was in the Judgment Day at WrestleMania going up against AJ Styles. And now he's up against the new leader of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, competing in Hell in a Cell, where we have Edge's demonic personality going up against the demon Balor inside Hell in a Cell. And rumors are spiraling out of control about Gangrel and potentially one Captain Charisma being a part of Edge's entrance at WrestleMania. That would be something.
It would.
But what do you expect out of this matchup?
I expect one of the better Hell in the Cells over the last 5 or 10 years. This one's going to be up there with, I believe is it Becky and Bailey or Becky and Sasha that had that really great Hell in the Cell a few years ago, where they were doing the kendo stick prison. I forget who it was. I think it was Becky and Sasha.
Was it Becky and Bailey?
It might have been. It's one of the two. It's one of the Golden Role Models versus Becky. But that match was really, really good.
It could have been Bailey and Sasha, to be quite honest.
Could have even been them. But that's where I think we're going to be heading with this. I think we're heading to something pretty special here. The return of the Demon, after Finn Balor pretty much said, the Demon's dead and gone. Edge found a way to bring the Demon back. With that being said, drink. I'm all out of water. Night one, tap me out. But looking at this match, if the Demon's back and Edge is at the end of his line, there's little reason for me to believe that Finn Balor, the Demon, is not going over to bring Judgment Day to that next level, to take over for the dominant brand of faction on SmackDown, as I think we're going to see the bloodline crumble and Judgment Day take its place as the top act on SmackDown.
Yeah, and quite possibly for a Judgment Day sweep here at WrestleMania. That is definitely out there. As this recording is, we have yet to watch night one, so we can't tell you if Dominic was victorious, because we recorded this right after our night one predictions. Yeah. So just let us know in the comments when you're watching. Yeah. But yeah, Finn Balor surprisingly favored in this from the betting odds standpoint. Very curious about that. I had him winning for that sole reason alone. I also don't think Edge needs the win here. I think a lot of what we're going to see with Edge from here on out is putting over guys who he feels needs that push to get to that next level and become main event stars. Um, Edge is one of the greatest of our time, one of the greatest of our eras, easily. And what he's doing for people nowadays is just second to none. I cannot wait. I think this match is going to be very much similar to maybe Taker and Shawn, the original, in the sense of how they're cautious with their pacing. They're very specific about it, but it's going to be a hard hitting match. All those shots will matter. They will make sense. It'll be for a reason. The emotion's there. But I do think the power game, the numbers game, sorry, is going to be a little too much. I think the X factor here is Damian Priest, the man who is responsible for kicking out Edge from the Judgment Day, could be the final nail in the feud between Edge and Finn Balor, the
I know
leader
this is
of the
about.
Judgment Day.
I know that we're talking mostly about WrestleMania 39 tonight, but I do have a question. Going forward, now that Edge is finally going to be done with Judgment Day, it's been a year, and it's been a long year of Edge not being done with Judgment Day. What would you like to see Edge do next? Who would you like to see Edge work with next?
I mean, if he didn't have that singles match right after the Elimination Chamber with Theory, I would love to see something between him. Um, I'm gonna say this: if he returns to WWE, I think this is the perfect guy for him, and that would be Matt Cardona. I think that would be amazing. But if we're gonna go with current roster guys, I'll give you one from NXT. I'd love to see him work, and that would be Carmelo Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm thinking of somebody that could get next there, I'd be hard pressed to. I feel sorry for him, but give me Gunther.
That's where I was gonna go with it. I'm like, if Gunther loses the title to Sheamus, I wouldn't be opposed to Gunther versus Edge for a month or two, just having some knockdown dragouts.
Yeah, I mean
That's where
it'd
exactly
be
where I
it'd
think we're going.
be very hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. So all I know is I think this is going to be a great match. It's what I believe this is the third Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. No, fourth, right? Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
I think so. If
Yeah,
my
I
math
corrected
is
myself.
correct.
I'm pretty sure that was the right correction. Yeah, I forgot about Shane and Taker. But I think a lot of
Everyone
people
tried to forget
are.
about that one.
Yeah, I think I'm not. I think a lot of people would. But yeah, no. Hopefully, hopefully we see Edge at WrestleMania 40. I'd like to see that one. But if not, this could very well be Edge's last WrestleMania, and I think he's I think he's gonna want to make sure that his last WrestleMania, if this is his last WrestleMania, I think it's one that you won't want to forget. So, very very much looking forward to this match. I think it's a dark horse for match of the weekend. Um,
And by the way, it is this
yeah,
week, the 4th. It's WrestleMania 15, WrestleMania 28, and WrestleMania 32.
yeah. Bossman Taker, Taker Triple H, Taker
Yep.
Shane. So the very first Hell in a Cell match of WrestleMania not involving the Undertaker.
Yet. Yet. There's, there's still time.
Yeah. Um, Next up, I have the semi main event. I think this is the obvious semi main event
Mm-hmm.
for night two. And that is the Raw Women's Champion, the reigning, defending Bianca Belair facing off against the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Ooh, this match I think is going to be physical.
This is the match I think that you were talking about with Edge and Finn, about that match that just has everybody talking when the weekend's over. I think this one has that potential. I love what's going on with it. I know the storytelling's been a little. I don't want to say bad. The storytelling's been small in this. Asuka's done just enough to make it know what's going on. I think Asuka wins. I think Bianca Belair has had an absolute fantastic year. They've made a star out of her. They've done everything they need to do to make her the star of the next 10 years. Good on WWE. They saw somebody who they could develop into a star, and they put all their eggs in that basket, and they went with it. Good on them for finally doing that, because there are so many times that they don't do that.
Yeah.
That being said, it's time for a change. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Bianca's been at the top of the Raw Women's Division for a while. I want to see Asuka up there. I want to see a little bit of change. Give me, post draft. Give me Asuka with some of these, like I was saying with Charlotte. Move Charlotte over to Raw. Give me the Liv Morgans against Asuka. Give me Xia Li. Give me Carmella. Give me some of these girls who need a little bit more, a little bit of help. Give me those girls against Asuka, because I think that is where Asuka is going to thrive in this new run as women's champion on Raw.
Yeah, and I think we're kind of thinking in similar paths, but I think maybe with opposite end game. Um, I do think post WrestleMania during in the draft we will see Bianca Belair moved over to SmackDown, and I think we might even see her with a little bit of a change in vision. I have a feeling we might see Asuka submit Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, whether it's with the use of something, maybe she helps. Now, would it be illegal if Asuka uses Bianca's hair to choke her out?
Nope, I don't think so. They don't disqualify her for using her hair, so I don't think they classify it as a weapon. So I assume that she can use it however she sees fit.
So I think that could be something we see. Um, I do believe Asuka's walking out as the new Raw Women's Champion, but I do think Charlotte Flair is going to stay on SmackDown. I think Bianca's going to move to SmackDown. I think Rhea's going to move to SmackDown. I think the SmackDown Women's Division is going to beef up with the names. And I could see very, very much post WrestleMania, we see maybe Bayley against Asuka. Maybe we see somebody different. Maybe we see somebody coming out of NXT. Maybe we see somebody coming back to WWE. But I do think we might see some different, just a different direction on Raw with the Raw Women's Division. So I'm very interested on this. I do have Asuka, like you, winning, becoming the new champion. Um, But yeah, I mean, man, what a creative way that would be if it's not considered a disqualification. If Asuka makes Bianca tap by using her own hair in almost an embarrassing moment, I think
Yeah,
for Bianca. But that would be a savvy move by the veteran Asuka, though.
it would indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this match has all the potential in the world to be an amazing match. I'm very excited for this one. Um, yeah, I think there's nothing, there's no downside to this match, only upside, and I'm excited to see where they go from here with both Asuka and Bianca going forward.
Oh, And another name I didn't think of, but I would love to see this match. Imagine Asuka versus Piper Niven. Whew.
Ooh, that would be a nice one.
Yeah. So before we get to kind of the reason why WrestleMania is WrestleMania this year, in my opinion, I'm gonna just kind of go back to maybe, just maybe this. Do you have any expectations of surprises, rumored maybe debuts? Because if there's one person we haven't talked yet, and that is the man that WrestleMania can't have in LA, and that man's name is LA Knight. Yeah, you thought I was going somewhere else, didn't you?
Yeah, I was worried you were going somewhere else. I would love to see LA Knight versus Bobby Lashley as a match on this card, thrown together at the last minute.
I'll even do you a different one. What am because I know like that's being talked about. I know that's rumored. I know it's set up. But what if we have Matt Cardona against LA Knight?
Maybe.
Does
I
Matt
don't know.
Cardona come back to WWE and get booed? I don't think so. Not at WrestleMania. Nah. But I'll even do you one better.
Okay.
What happens if we just have LA Knight get attacked out of nowhere
Maybe. An RKO
by
out of nowhere.
returning Randy Orton?
What about.
Why do we have to have a
Oh,
match?
hell yeah!
That too. This is where I think a great WrestleMania moment comes into play here. And I think it involves LA Knight in some capacity, whether it is Bobby Lashley, whether it is Stone Cold Steve Austin, Randy Orton, a debut, maybe a return, maybe the glorious Bobby Roode comes back.
Mm,
Man, and what an entrance that would be if glorious back at WrestleMania.
in
Come on.
LA.
Oh, come on.
Oh my, that crowd would eat it up.
But but even if it's like Shinsuke, and we get back to that feeling like Shinsuke used to have when he debuted against Sami Zayn on NXT Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
But man,
There's lots
I
of things
am
that
a
could happen.
lot of rumors speculating around that there could be surprises at this year's WrestleMania before we get into the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. And how do we forget the potential surprise that could be WrestleMania? There has to be a few.
So maybe I think Triple H is saving his surprises for the night after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's focused on putting on the best Mania he can with the guys and girls he has set. And then I think it's the next night where he starts going, what does my next year's WrestleMania look like? And he starts getting that pencil out and go, this could be fun. I'll put this in pencil and let's start getting there.
Yeah, all I know is I think if we're going to see something happen, we're going to see it this year. And that's, maybe it's even a segment with the host, The Miz. I mean, LA Knight and The Miz, an interaction between them could be pretty entertaining. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would definitely be must see. Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought, what better way to maybe just add in a timing of this because,
And
yeah,
while we're
six
before we get
six
to the main
matches,
event,
man. Yeah.
one of the reasons why I think there's only 6 matches on this card. Remember, on night 2 we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have that Hall of Fame thing where they bring out all the people from the Hall of Fame and they bring them all out on the front
Yeah.
stage. So I think we're gonna get that moment where we do that recap of the Hall of Fame. That'll take about 10 minutes with, all the people from the Hall of Fame coming out. Stacy Keibler, um, what's his name?
Great
Great
Muda,
Muda, Rey
the
Mysterio.
Warrior Award, Tim White, somebody
Yeah.
in his family. Yeah, Rey Mysterio, uh, the amazing actor that
Andy
we know
Kaufman.
of Andy Kaufman. Yeah.
God rest his
So,
soul.
But yeah, no, I mean, also very hilarious. Know that Rey Mysterio wrestles night one, celebrated night two. Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense to me. And maybe Dominic attacks Rey Mysterio on stage and keeps that going. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That won't happen.
But
I think we'll see definitely a
as
classy thing there.
but like you said, as your tag team partner would say, and now the main event of the weekend, the biggest match that WrestleMania could put on, that any promotion could put on this weekend. The man who's held the title for 900 plus days, Roman Reigns, defending against the 2023 Royal Rumble winner, the boy come home, the prodigal son returns, Cody Rhodes. What do you got, Parrish?
Son of a plumber.
He
Son of a
is.
plumber.
He's the
Uh,
son of a plumber.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Dusty plumbed in his days. But yeah, I am interested. One, with the amount of pyros I'm being teased about during Cody Rhodes' entrance, like, come on. I got to see this spectacle. I just got to see it. Also, you got to find out how loud this whoa is going to be at
It was pretty loud
WrestleMania.
tonight on Smack. It was pretty loud tonight on
It definitely
SmackDown.
was. It definitely was. It's been growing and growing and growing. It was fun being a part of it at the Royal Rumble, I'll tell you that.
Just a quick question for you. So
Yeah.
we haven't talked about this much. You know, we obviously didn't talk about it before we went on the air, and we haven't talked much about it. Special entrances. WrestleMania is known for having a few special entrances. I think both
Mm-hmm.
of these guys get a special entrance. How much time is going to be devoted to their entrances? Because I think Roman Reigns' entrance is going to be at least 10 minutes.
I don't know necessarily if Roman will get a special entrance. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets something along the lines of a traditional Samoan uh, entrance. Well done. You know, it's the movie themed, the cinema themed WrestleMania. Very fitting if the red carpet is pulled for your Universal Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. Um, but at the same time, there has to be something very, what's the right word, poetic with Cody Rhodes and his story. And it'd be very interesting if there is there has to be a Dusty reference or two in there. But I'm wondering if we're going to see something involving his brother, Dustin, aka Goldust. He may not be there, but man, how cool would it be if, say, Cody Rhodes's jacket that we know of was very heavily inspired by a Goldust robe?
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty cool. Um, Man, if Downstate is to be at WrestleMania and play that theme song, that would be pretty cool.
I was thinking about that today. I was
I mean, they
driving
do just about
around.
everybody else's.
They did The Miz. They did Radio.
They did Dolph Ziggler,
Yeah,
two for
Dolph
Dolph.
Ziggler.
Alex Riley,
Yeah,
yeah.
Down Straight's done
Cody,
a bunch. I
yeah.
would love if Down Straight were there to do this song live. I thought about that in the car.
Downstate,
I
not
was
straight,
listening.
by the way.
It's Down Straight.
State,
There's an R.
Stait.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
I'm looking it up. You can go ahead and keep
Fact
talking.
check it.
I'm looking right now.
But as you're doing that, I see a very similar start to how we saw Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns in this matchup. If we
You
want
are
to talk
correct.
about storytelling at its finest, pardon?
I said you are correct, sir. Downstate.
And thank you, Downstate, for the follow on Twitter. I appreciate that. That's exactly how I know as well. uh, but everything about Roman Reigns and this title run, this story of Roman becoming the longest reigning champion of our time, everything is done for specific reasons. I think this match, just like even Cody Rhodes' story to WrestleMania, has been very specific. I think everything about this match is going to be spot on, specific, executed to perfection. These two, I think, are going to put on a clinic. And these two are going to exemplify what a true main event of WrestleMania should and will look like. April 2nd at Sci-Fi Stadium in Los Angeles. I think this match is one of the few matches that are billed as the main event that will live up to its billing.
Yeah, this the Roman Reigns that we've gotten in the pandemic era has redefined excellence. This Roman Reigns is such a unique, interesting character with the gaslighting, with the almost abusive relationship with his family, where he almost forces them, not by will, but by disappointment and anger, gets them on side and makes them follow him. It is absolute perfection, and including Cody Rhodes in this. And we had it mentioned for the first time a couple weeks ago when Cody said it. One of Dusty's kids is facing Dusty's kid. And that's so big for the wrestling world because I cover NXT on a weekly basis. I wouldn't be able to cover NXT on a weekly basis if it wasn't for Dusty's kids making NXT what it was. And those people are scattered throughout this show on both night 1 and night 2 with Charlotte Flair, with Bayley, with Seth Rollins, with Roman Reigns, Dusty's kids, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor. The list goes on and on. Dusty's kids are scattered throughout this show. And this is the night that Dusty's kid becomes the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion as Cody Rhodes dethrones the Bloodline's Roman Reigns. Clean as a whistle, 1, 2, 3, in the center of the ring.
Now, two things I'm going to touch on before I give my prediction, which should be obvious. Um, have you noticed that since Cody Rhodes has arrived to WWE last year, WrestleMania, what has he done? Win. What has he done? He has captivated an audience like you only thought he would in AEW. You can it's not even a debate. He is bigger now than he's ever been, AEW included. Brought the AEW fan to WWE because of the respect that he has earned throughout his time away from WWE. But the one thing he has done was showcase that the bloodline has cracks too, without having to say it. Sami Zayn is the one saying it, but what does he do? He was the one that united KO and Sami Zayn together. He was the one that united a force to take out the Usos at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes is the first man on the main roster to defeat Solo Sikoa. Cody Rhodes is at the head of the crack to the foundation of the bloodline. And that crack finalizes at WrestleMania on April 2nd when Cody Rhodes completely breaks down the wall to the kingdom that used to be Roman Reigns' throne when he enthralls into a new era in WWE as the new Universal Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. My question to you, because this has been rumored for a while, Triple H approved a new title design. Do we
Supposedly.
see this title at WrestleMania this year and we see Cody Rhodes be that first person at WrestleMania to showcase not just what the new era is, but what it will look like?
I don't think so, and I think for the sole reason at WrestleMania 35 they had the title under the thing, and it ruined. It didn't ruin. I'm sorry. It dampened the enthusiasm going into that match because you knew that a new champion was coming. I think we all kind of sort of know that Cody's going to win, but if there's anybody that they would pull it out from and just say, go ahead and do it to get Roman to 1,000 days, they do it. But I don't think you debut the new title on Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come Monday, but I don't think you see hide nor hair of a new championship anywhere on the WrestleMania card.
What was the one thing Cody Rhodes did a lot in his early days of AEW? He took shots to Triple H. He took shots to WWE. He has been openly stated that he had no ideas if Triple H was going to truly accept him back. Triple H is his favorite wrestler. All
Mm-hmm.
Triple H has done have opened him up with open arms, loved him, pushed him. He believes in Cody Rhodes. How apropos would it be after Cody beats Roman Reigns? We hear Triple H's theme song. He comes out. WrestleMania ends when Triple H presents Cody with the new championship. And that is the WrestleMania moment that
The
we
new
are ended off with. The passing of the torch.
the new championship. Do you think it is a brand new championship, or do you think it is a redesign of Big Gold or the Winged Eagle?
I seriously hope it's a new design. I say this because I love a lot of the old designs. I love the big gold. I love the winged eagle. I think the undisputed championship, the one that Triple H originally held, was vastly underrated and underappreciated. But I think this is the time you have a new look. I think
Yep.
you do something new. You see the beautiful championships and other promotions, and you wonder why can't WWE do that? But then you saw Triple H do just that in NXT and NXT UK. I do believe that it's going to be a new design. I do think it's going to be another traditional design. I think you're going to see a lot of complementary historic pieces on that design to showcase the evolution of that championship. But why not do it this year? What? Man, this
I
could
don't.
be the most special, the most amazing WrestleMania of all time. It's in Hollywood of all places. Why not go big?
I don't know. I just. I really hope. if it does happen at WrestleMania, I really hope it's Triple H coming to the ring, like you say, and not something that's at ringside. Because if there's a new
Mhm.
championship at ringside, it just kind of, like I said, it doesn't ruin the match, but it dampers my excitement because you know they're not making a new championship just for Roman to retain.
Unless you have it for Roman Reigns to carry down, man, that'd be actually really different. Imagine if we saw Roman Reigns wear it and nobody has an idea about it.
Maybe.
That would be interesting. But no, I mean, the symbolism would be too good, I think. Triple H being the one to crown Cody Rhodes as the WWE champion. I mean, that's bone chilling. That gets your arm hair raising. But I mean, I don't know. This match is going to be fantastic. I believe moments of WrestleMania this year, night two, going to be fantastic. It has that feel again, doesn't it?
It does. It absolutely does. Oh, I missed a button. Hold on. Nope, we got it.
Got it? Got it? Got it.
Sorry.
Don't
But
worry about it.
that has been night two of WrestleMania previews as we pay per preview night two of WrestleMania. You can go ahead and find me right here at EdFries12584. You can find me on Twitch at EdFries2002. You can find me with my tag team partner every Tuesday as we do Taking Over. You can also find me after WrestleMania Night 2 with Perish, with Bobby. The Brunch Busters bring in Ol'Ed to go ahead and round out the reviews for WrestleMania weekend. It's been a busy weekend for old Ol'Ed. He's had a lot to do. He's previewing both nights. He's reviewing NXT, Stand and Deliver. He's reviewing Night 1 and Night 2. Go ahead and check out all that delicious content. It's been fantastic. I'm ready for a bet. I'm ready for a nap. It's been a long weekend. Perish, where can the people find you?
You can find me on the socials. You can follow me on the Twitter, Chris Parrish, the Instagram, Chris.Parrish. I'm not posting my YouTube and my Twitch right now. There might be some changes. I'm gonna just kind of they're work in progress right now. But yeah, you can also follow me on depending on the time of this. You might be able to follow me on everything OLE because depending on the time, we might have busting out 31. Me and my brunch buster Bobby Munson featuring Lauren Goodnight. I know you know Lauren pretty well there, Ed.
I
Going to be
do.
great as we make history in our show as Lauren will become the first female guest in busting out history. So that's absolutely amazing. Very happy that can happen. But I mean, you can follow us on all the platforms of Twitter at OLE Podcast, Instagram at OLE Podcast, or Twitch at Our Local Establishment, YouTube at Our Local Establishment. And if you have any questions, concerns, just advice, or any maybe insight, maybe you want to come in, be a guest, maybe you want to work with us, maybe you have a little bit of business sense to say, you can email us at olepodcast@gmail.com.
And for all
But
those,
for me,
just to make it a quick little easy one, for all those
yep,
places to find us, you can go ahead and scan any one of these QR codes for all the different locations, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, uh, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All the wonderful places will be right here on this card. Go ahead and check out any one of those. The QR codes make it nice and easy.
yeah. For myself, this over there is Ed. I tried to point, but I was pointing behind me.
Yeah, it
But yeah,
happens.
this has been paper previews for night two of WrestleMania. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys stay safe. Everything you do, make sure you're doing it right. Make sure you're doing it safe. Enjoy this weekend. Have fun. We'll see you next time.